everybody, it's Valerie Greenwell and welcome to Quilt Artistry. I finally finished the Sun Bonnet Sue quilt. I received 24 of these handmade Sun Bonnet Sues in a package, and the gal asked me to take these and turn them into hopefully a king-size quilt. I believe she said that these blocks were either made by her mother or her aunt, and they had just recently found them. But she was not a quilter and asked me if I could turn them into a pretty quilt. So once I received the blocks, I trimmed them all down to a standard size, and then I purchased some fabrics that I thought would allow me to keep this quilt looking as close to period as possible. So I found this really cute little tiny teal and white flower fabric, of course paired by a solid teal. Of course, solids were very popular back in the day, and so were these little tiny retro flowers. Because I was trying to keep it period, I chose to use a nice muslin on the back. Now, this is a very good grade of muslin. It's a lot heavier than the utility muslin, but it matched fairly well with the muslin that was already on here. There were 2 or 3 different varieties of muslin that the blocks themselves were made on. This one is maybe just a shade lighter than what we're seeing here, but there's a few blocks, here we go, that have the same color of muslin. Now, I did go through and back every single one of these Sun Bonnet Sues with Shapeflex 101 because some of these fabrics were very dated. Here you can see on this one we have some rust spots, and there were even in fact a few rust spots in the top, like on the muslin fabrics also. In the event that any of this fabric deteriorates, I didn't want it to be open to the batting in the middle. So putting that Shapeflex on the back for me I thought was a very smart choice. I used a Dream Bamboo in this quilt because I wanted it to have a very soft and cuddly feel to it. And because I only had 24 blocks, but I needed 25, I put a companion block in the middle with the little flower fabric, and I think that turned out really nice. It just gives it a nice look. Now, she did say that she wanted this quilt as close to king size as possible, so the border is a little bit oversized. But for this quilt, I really think that it works. It looks nice. It allowed me to be able to make this quilt reach 100 by 100 inches square. So I'm confident that she will be happy with the results in the end. It's going to have a really nice drape over the side of her mattress. I think it's going to look really pretty. So let's talk about the pattern that I put on this. This pattern right here, this is the V-Day 2014 Pano Square 003 by Sweet Dreams Quilt Studio. These flowers in the circles, I think, had a very nice retro appeal. You know, it's really hard to find a pattern that would mimic something from back in that day. I mean, you're talking 100 years ago, almost. So just finding something that really complemented the blocks themselves and the quilt itself, that was really my primary goal. I accomplished that with this. Again, this pattern is V-Day 2014 Pano Square 003 by Sweet Dreams Quilt Studio. So with that, that is going to wrap up the Sun Bonnet Sue project. I'm excited to get this one bundled up and get it back in the mail and ship it back out to Knoxville, Tennessee. So what's under your needle today and what are you working on?